causes UTI? So for this study, the researcher has chosen 3 beverages wherein the content will be broken down in order to figure out what chemical do these beverages contain that can cause UTI. The beverages that will be used for this study will be Coke, orange juice, and coffee. For the reason why these 3 beverages were chosen by the researcher, it is because these are what the researcher found most people drink whenever they eat out or in restaurants. Wherein a common scenario that would happen is that a parent or a grandparent would nag their grandchild or child about drinking too much coffee, Coke, or orange juice because it is bad for the health and it can cause UTI. I am speaking about this with experience, but even so, most chances are you still drink it anyway. Before we answer the questions that were formulated for this study, I will show you a list of all the contents of the 3 beverages that I mentioned, which are Coke, orange juice, and coffee. Some of these chemicals you might be familiar with, some might be not, but you better observe them because it will help us answer the questions later on. We have a bit of an idea of what the contents of a Coke, a coffee, and an orange juice is, we're going to answer the question, which is why did I choose this topic? Now, personally, I love drinking the beverages that were used for this study. I'm a big fan of coffee, I'm a big fan of Coke, and I'm a big fan of the orange juice. Now, as someone who is regularly drinking these beverages, I personally am curious if they really can cause UTI, because whenever my grandparents would nag me about it, I never really believed them and just kept on drinking them. So when I was given this topic, I was really interested whether it is true that they can cause UTI or not. So now let's talk about the process. In this part of the video, the process will talk about the steps and ways on how the research was done. So first, the researcher researched about UTI. So there are a lot of sources on the internet, information that can be used for the study, and a lot of the information that was used, or a lot of the articles that were used, were mainly about the symptoms, the history, the background, just basic information. After the researcher was able to gather all the basic information needed to further understand UTI, she then proceeded to study more about the contents of the beverages. That way, she was able to connect the information she gathered from the symptoms or the causes of the UTI to the side effects of the chemicals or the content that the beverages had. And from those connections that she was able to make, she was able to make the conclusion for the study. So next is the